Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm here to do another collaboration video for Beebeecrafts, and I want to make a glue stopper pin for my tacky glue. Now, if you'll remember from the unboxing, I said that I would put one of the pins that I got from Beebeecraft. So if you remember, I got this whole box of different types of jewellery pins. So there are loop or eye pins, ones with balls on the end, and also flathead pins. And I said that I would stick one of them in my glue, leave it there for a few weeks. Well, it's now been about 6 weeks, and my glue is perfect. So these are actually stainless steel. Now, you might already know this, but when you're making a glue stopper pin, you need to use stainless steel, otherwise your glue will go rusty, the pin will go rusty, the glue will get discoloured and go all gunky. Just watch some of my earlier videos if you want to see the effects of not using stainless steel. So as I say, I've had a pin in my glue for about 6 weeks. The glue is perfect, and the pin is perfect too. So I want to be in a stage now where I want to fancy it up and have something, you know, really pretty coming off of the glue. So here's what I am going to do. Now, this is very much a use what you've got kind of a way to do it, really. So I've got this, which is the loop or eye pins from Beebeecraft, and that's what I'm going to have as my pin in the glue. So as you can see, it fits really nicely in my tacky glue in this case. But you know, that's fine, but there's not really much to grab there and it's a bit boring. So I want to fancy it up. What I want to use is one of the pink and red glass crackle beads that I got from the same haul from Beebeecraft. So I've talked about these a few times, but they're really pretty. So they've got like a crackle effect, and they're two-tone. So this one is pink and red. So, you know, it gives, yeah, just a really, really nice effect. So I want that to be at the top of my glue bottle. So if you imagine, it will be kind of like this, right? But obviously that's going to fall off, isn't it? It's going to fall off my pin. So I need to come up with a new plan for how I'm going to keep that on there whilst being able to put the pin in the glue. So here's what I've come up with. Please don't laugh too much, because it works perfectly. So I've got here a rubber or a silicone, the back of an earring. You know, the rubber silicone ones that you get that kind of look like a cone. I don't know, it's a bit hard to show you on video, especially with my plaster getting in the way, but yeah, one of these. I tried it with butterfly backs, but it didn't work quite as well. It did work a little bit, where it kept the bead on the pin. This worked better. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use. So if I slip the earring back onto my pin, she says, I can see what I'm doing. There we go, got it on. So if we put that on, if I hold the top of it, as you can see, if I shake it, that bead is not coming off, is it? It's just staying on there. Now, I might have lucked out with the fact that this earring back is like the perfect size for the pin, maybe, but I just had this, yeah, in my stash of, I've got like various like beads and broken jewellery, like pieces that I've harvested from broken jewellery, and that was in there, and I just popped it on, and it just like stays there, so it's perfect. So that's what I'm going to use, and then of course, you know, I want something coming off of this eye at the top to fancy it up. So yeah, I wanted to share it with you because you might be thinking like that's a really strange thing for her to have thought of, but it honestly, it worked so well. So I'm just going to slip on an iridescent bead at the top. So again, from Beebeecraft, I got these iridescent beads that you've seen me use a couple of times now. I just think that they finish it off really nicely. And the bead, this bigger bead, the glass crackle one, it was getting in the way of the lobster claw a little bit too much, which you'll see what I mean in a second. So having the iridescent bead, the small one at the top, it just it basically gave the lobster claw a little bit more room. So if we put this in our glue, as you can see, it's very makeshift. Use what you've got, but it works. And of course, you know, you could just have it like that. And of course, because you've got this nice big bead at the top, there's something there to grab. But yeah, I'm not going to stop there. So here's what I've been making. And again, I said in my last video, I am not jewellery maker. I have no, like, I've just learned how to use beads, like, very recently. So they're not perfect, but they're good enough for me. And, you know, this is just something that I'm using at home. So, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. So what I've got, to match the bead at the top, I've got some glass crackle beads coming off with some chain. Again, the chain comes from some broken jewellery, and then I've got a lobster clasp at the top. Again, just from some jewellery. So if I pop that on the loop at the top, as you can see, we just get this really pretty bead dangle coming off of the glue. But I kind of want to add another bead to it. So I thought I would wait to do it with you so you can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Because this doesn't have to be just for a glue stopper. I mean, this chain with these beads coming off would look so pretty on, you know, as some spine jewellery, coming off of, you know, a bold pen, or, you know, something coming off of your journal to decorate it up. So sorry about that. My husband was just coming in with a lovely cup of tea for me. So as I was saying, I've got this ball pen. It's just got a little ball on the bottom of it. I don't know if that's what they're called, but they look like ball pins. So we're going to take one of the crackle beads, again to match the bead at the top. Now I don't need as much of this pin at the top, so I'm going to cut it down. Now if you saw my video, my last Beebeecraft video, you would have seen me do this before, so it's nothing new. So we're going to cut with our cutting pliers about this much. It's hard to say. I think that's just over a centimetre, something like that. I just eyeball it because I found that is just what works for me. Woo, she says. Assuming I don't drop everything. So let's put that back on. Okay, so we want to get, so you want some curling pliers. So as you can see, they've got sort of a curled edge so that you can do this kind of a movement. And we are going to bend the pin at the top. Oops, hopefully you'll be able to see, so that it's at a, can you see, slightly horizontal. Okay, so we do that, and then you want to curl it in the opposite direction. Oops. Like so, and just keep curling around until you get a loop at the top. So essentially we're making our own loop pin, but the ball at the bottom is what's keeping the bead on the pin. So you don't have to add anything else or do two of these or anything like that. And you just keep curling until you're happy with how it looks. Now, it does not need to be perfect unless you're planning on selling these. Or if you're a jewelry maker, go ahead and make it look perfect. But for the purposes of this, I'm okay with them not being perfect, just as long as they're on there nice and tight. So yeah, I've just manoeuvred that slightly. So what you can see, hopefully, is we get, I'm not sure, should I bring it up a bit closer? There we go. Can you see we've got a little loop on the top of our bead now? So that bead, although it moves around a little bit, it's not going anywhere. So we can now attach this to our chain. Now, for me, this chain, each of these are essentially little jump rings. This is just some chain from some jewellery, but I am able to open them. So I would like this bead at the top somewhere here. So I think if I open this one, just here, they just open up just like a jump ring, albeit with a little bit of strength, a little bit of muscle. So we just open it out. So again, I've said this before, but a jump ring movement is this way, not this way. It's this way, like that, this type of a movement. Gonna pop in our bead, close our jump ring. For the first time ever, that's actually gone smoothly. Trust me, it doesn't normally go that smoothly. That's maybe a little bit too close to this bead, maybe. I might need to move this one down, but I won't worry you with that just yet. Yeah, I think I will move that down ever so slightly. But you know, basically just as we've made that bead just now, make a whole bunch of them and then attach them down your chain so that when you've got your glue, you've just got this prettiness and you've got something that you can grab. And the biggest thing for me is the fact that I'm not going to lose this as easily on my desk if it was just a pin. So, and then the reason that I use the lobster clasp chain is because if I ever need to replace the pin, maybe it gets a little bit bent, or maybe it just goes a little bit gluey, I don't know. You know, over the course of time, I'm sure it's not going to be as perfect. Then I can just take the lobster clasp chain off, easy peasy. So I've got this to go on any glue pin that I use in the future. And with the pin that I'm using here, just as long as I keep using the eye or loop pins, all the things that are on it can just slide off. So, you know, with a little bit of tugging, this earring back does come off. It just doesn't come off on its own. So, you know, I can take that off, take the beads off, replace the pin, put all those bits back on, shove it in there, and attach the lobster clasp back on like so. And yeah, if you imagine, I don't know if you can see very well, but on my desk it looks really pretty and useful, because as I say, I'm not going to lose this quite as easily, or I'll be able to see it better. So that is my very makeshift way of doing a glue stopper pin. I'm sure there are better ways to do this. I'm sure there are better ways to do it. I just simply like to use what I've got. So when I found that the earring back, the rubber one, worked so well and it just sits on there nicely, it's a little bit wobbly maybe. I think you can get stuff like this that actually goes over the top of your nib, which you might be able to add to your pin. But again, for something that I just had in the house and then I've just used up my Beebeecraft stuff to decorate it up, I'm actually really, really happy with how that has worked as a plan. So I thought I would share it in case it's helpful to you. And yeah, it doesn't take very many supplies really. I think the biggest thing is that loop or eye pin. Stainless steel is the biggest thing that you need. And then of course from there you just add your beads, your earring back. And you don't have to add this chain. I just think it looks really pretty, and oh, I could just play with that all day. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope you will be thinking about giving it a go. Let me know if you will, because I'd love to know if you're gonna make something like this. I hope that my instructions were clear. I know that I had already made some of it up before. It was just because you didn't really want to see me make all those beads, I don't think. And really it was self-explanatory with, you know, I had this bit of chain, I added the lobster clasp, added the beads, and from there. But I wanted to share the idea in case it's helpful to you. I don't know if I've mentioned, there is a discount code for Beebeecraft. So if you wanted to check out these glass crackle beads, the iridescent beads, the tools, or these pins, then do go and check out I'll put the product links in the description box below, because now I can safely say for sure that these pins are perfect for glue. They really are stainless steel. I know they're described as that, but sometimes you're not sure, are you? So that's why I put the pin in my glue, left it, before decorating it up, because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to waste my time with it if it didn't turn out to be the right type of a pin. But it worked perfectly. So 6 weeks later, we now have a decorative pin instead. There we are. All right, well, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.